federal government of Nigeria has presented license for the establishment of Belema Sweet Export Terminal and Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation to operate as crude export terminals in Nigeria. The license was presented in Abuja on behalf of the federal government by the executive officer of the Nigerian Mainstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Farouk Ahmed, to the CEO of Belema Oil Producing Limited, Jack Rich, a private-owned company targeted at producing 8 million barrels storage capacity, which is the first of its kind. While addressing newsmen in Abuja, Jack Rich disclosed that the terminal will create over 100,000 jobs for families in the Niger Delta region and Nigeria at large. He also said that the terminal was divided into crude oil section and the oil export loading terminal section. Jack Rich noted that the Epoch event marks a great milestone for the country in attestation for the success story of President Bola Tinubu administration. In the same vein, Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (Nnpcl) also received a similar license to operate in Akwa Ibom. Representative of Nnpcl, Modibo Ahmed, received a license on behalf of the corporation. He said that Nigeria should be expecting the crude oil terminals in the next 1 to 3 months. By presenting the license, Farouk Ahmed expressed the federal government commitment to the ease of doing business in Nigeria, as he noted that with the presentation of license to Belema Sweet Export Terminal, the indigenous oil company becomes the second to acquire such a license, while Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, Exploration and Production
Limited to establish 2,179,704 barrels crude oil terminal at offshore Akwa Ibom State within the waters of the exclusive economic zone, Nigeria. The second one is Belema Sweet Export Terminal Limited to establish a 2 million barrels crude oil terminal at 20 nautical miles of Kula, which is in southern part of exclusive economic zone, Nigeria. Subsequent to these licenses, terminal establishment notice are to be published in the Federal Government Gazette, which will make it a legal process.
Has the capacity to generate over $11 billion to a national revenue every single year. That's over 400,000 barrels of crude every single day. Not only that, the terminal is also a storage point where you're going to be storing over 8 million barrels of crude. So you take off the 2 million barrels and there's 6 million barrels coming also. And it's an export point. Not only that, it brings Nigeria to the global scale, the global mark. When you talk about climate change, it's a hybrid export terminal, the first hybrid export terminal in the world. Despite the fact that Nigeria only emits less than 1% of greenhouse gas, this terminal is conscious of the fact that the world is talking about renewable energy in cleaner and safer environments. So this terminal has renewable energy with traditional energy integrated through what is called a virtual power plant system, a web-based energy management process to ensure energy efficiency and also to have optimal outputs. Not only that, injectors and operators within the corridor that always suffer crude theft while transporting the crude will be a thing of the past, because this asset is just within the corridor of over 4 OMLs. So it's a great feat for President Tinubu administration in just less than 14 days in office, especially a period where the nation is talking about, petroleum subsidy removal. This terminal goes a long way to increase our yields. It goes a long way to create jobs. It goes a long way to put more cash into the pockets of families and youths. And it's something that is of strategic national economic security.
I knew that fuel subsidy was evil. It has to go. I believe that the 8 trillion, about $10 billion, will change the fortunes of education, will change the fortunes of health, will change the fortunes of agriculture and road transport.